Welcome to Paris, 47. The show is just about to start. This is the red carpet event of the season, and the guest list is a veritable who's who of the global fashion elite. You will find Viktor Novikov basking in the spotlight, while Dalia Margolis hosts the heavily guarded auction on the second floor for a group of Iago's top customers. Now, event security will keep a watchful eye on any suspicious activity, but I trust your timeless look shall fit right in. Good luck, 47.
Hi, I'm Jimmy, and this is a Let's Play series of the Hitman World of Assassination trilogy. I will be playing all of the story missions on Master Difficulty with the default start locations and loadout.
Good evening,
and I just want to say I'm very glad to be finally starting the first real Hitman mission of the series. This is Paris, and yeah, even though we're out of the tutorial, the game is still teaching you stuff. Right there, we saw a man descending the stairs. That was Victor, our first target, and the game is basically giving you an opportunity to present him to you and say, hey, this is the guy you need to kill. You have a gun. The game is basically daring you to try and shoot him. And if you do that, you'll find out that, one, he's in a room full of guards, so you'll have the whole room firing back at you the second you pull your pistol. And the other thing you'll find out is that even if you do kill him and manage to kill the other guards or escape, it's very hard to get to the other target, especially when everyone in the level is hunting for you. So the game is teaching you, hey, there might be a chance you have to kill someone, but don't necessarily jump at the first opportunity. Be patient and look and wait for a better opportunity. Here, I'm taking the time. I'm going to I'm using my sort of Hitman vision to find the camera box. That's the box that basically controls the cameras for the level. And if you destroy that, as I just did, it means that you don't have to worry about the security cameras anymore for the rest of the level. So if you have an opportunity to take it out early, that's usually a good idea. It makes the rest of the level much easier. And now that I've done that, I'm going to go ahead and get a disguise. I'm going to use some coins to lure this guard out and then take his disguise. First, I need to wait for him to go back into the security room so I can place the coins. Get up the coins, and you just need to find a place to put them on the ground. Drop the first one just to make sure he notices and comes out a little bit. So he opens the door, and yeah, right away he sees the first coin.
Who's your daddy?
Picks it up, and then he goes over to the second coin. And as soon as the door closes, we can slip out and knock him out. And now we can hide the body and take the disguise. And that'll give us much more freedom to explore the level. One of the things that's interesting about Hitman that makes it different from a lot of other games is, it's sort of, at the basic level, it's a lot like, any kind of stealth action game. You sneak around to avoid being noticed by, guards. And if you fail, or if you don't feel like sneaking, you can use weapons to try and attack people and take them out. That's sort of the basic game. But what makes Hitman, one of the things that makes Hitman different is it has, a disguise system. You can steal clothes or knock people out and take their clothes, and then, if you're wearing the right outfit, you can hide. You don't have to sneak. You can just sort of wander around and explore more of the level. And so it facilitates more sort of freedom. It gives you more ability to explore the level and to find and discover things. And as you find and discover things, the game will reveal kind of a lot of different scripted scenarios and different ways that you can get close to your targets and take them out. And here we're following one of them, where I just looked at, Victor's, the recipe for his favorite cocktail. Normally you would overhear a conversation where they say, oh, Victor wants this specific drink, but I don't know how to make it. I think the recipe's down in the basement somewhere. And then you go look for it, you'd find the recipe, And now I just need a waiter disguise, and then I can make the drink for him and poison him. So I need the waiter disguise, and I need poison as well. So here I'm going to take care of those two things. I'm going to get a waiter disguise and some poison.
Okay. Good one there.
Using the sound from the coin to distract an NPC over here. And while he's distracted, I knock out this NPC. Come back real quick. Knock out this guy. Hide their bodies real quick before anyone comes in here. I've got plenty of time. Eventually, later, Victor and his bodyguard are going to come into this room, but for now, I've got some time. As I mentioned, I'm playing this on Master difficulty. The main difference between Master and Professional difficulty, which is what I usually play on, is for Master difficulty, you only get one save. But there are some other differences. On this level, for instance, on Professional difficulty, those poisons are just out on a shelf, and you can just pick them up. But here, you have to knock the waitstaff out to get access to the poison, so that's what to do. Here, I am poisoning the food. Victor doesn't touch this, but Victor's bodyguard will. So I'm just poisoning that so I can isolate the bodyguard. I'm just doing that so I can take his disguise. It's a good disguise. It lets me get access to the 3rd floor. So now I'm just waiting, waiting for Victor and his bodyguard to come into the room and try the food. It'll be a little while. As I said, this game, does involve a fair amount of waiting. You're waiting for NPCs to complete their loop and get in the position you want them to be in. That's true for a lot of stealth games, but it feels maybe more true for Hitman, where you're often waiting for them to get to a specific place so that you can, get them to eat something poisonous, or so that you can, fulfill some, step of a mission story. So yeah, now I see that they are getting closer. They're going behind the fashion show now, and they're about to go into the room where the bodyguard will sample the entree. You can see on the minimap, Victor is the red dot, and the bodyguard is the white dot following him. The white dot just means, he's an enforcer. He's someone who can see through my disguise. But it doesn't matter. He's about to get poisoned, and when NPCs are poisoned, they often don't see through your disguises and don't notice if you're doing something suspicious. They'll still notice if there's like an unconscious body on the ground, or if you pull out a gun on them, but if you're just trespassing, or if you're, look suspicious, they don't notice that. They're too distracted by the fact that they're feeling sick. So yeah. Make sure the door is closed, and then I knock them out. And now I hide the body. And yeah, later I can take that disguise and get access to the 3rd floor. Just pick up stuff off the floor. So yeah, now I'm going to run over and get to the bar. Victor is actually ordering a drink now.
Bare knuckle boxer.
Hey.
Bare knuckle
Best
boxer.
cocktail on the world. Ring a bell.
Hey, garçon!
He's annoyed because the waiter doesn't know how to make one, but he walks away, and luckily we're able to tend the bar and mix the drink for him.
You look like you know what you're doing. Make me a bare knuckle boxer.
Coming right up, Mr. Novikov.
Finally, a professional. Glad I hired one.
Yeah, one of the great things I love for these stories is the writing. That has a lot of great dramatic irony. Victor says, "Oh, you're a professional. Glad I hired one." He means, you're a professional bartender. But, of course, the player knows you're a professional assassin, and he didn't hire you. So, those kinds of little details, there's a lot of that in this game, and I just love it. So I had to duck behind the bar because the other bartender could see through my disguise, knew I wasn't supposed to be there, so I had to break the line of sight so she wouldn't notice and spot me and call me out.
Oh God, I can't get sick now. Let me know if I can
And
help.
here again, we're going to do the trick of
God.
poisoning the
What did
NPC and
Say
drowning
what?
them.
Are you okay? Was it something you ate?
So yeah, here, this is a drown kill. We've seen these before. They're a little disgusting every time, but gets the job done.
Good work, 47. Time to find Dahlia Margolis.
So now I change into the bodyguard disguise. I go ahead and hide Victor's body, even though I don't really need to. I mean, technically, if someone sees me next to the body, I could still get caught. And here I decided to drop a save because I only get one on master difficulty. I've already taken out my first target and the cameras, so it's a good time to save. And I'm already ready to approach the third target. So now here I'm loading my save because I messed up the first time trying this. So yeah, I want to take a little bit of time to talk about the Paris level. Like, all the levels are fun, but I think Paris is a really good first mission. You know, a lot of Hitman levels I like. Well, part of the fun of a Hitman game is that you feel like you're traveling to some exotic location, you know, like a good Hitman level kind of feels like a nice vacation, like you're going somewhere new and unique, and you know, visiting a fashion show in Paris sort of definitely feels like a fun, exotic trip. It has a lot of great mission stories. There's a mission story where you can disguise yourself as a model and walk the catwalk. There's another story where you can get Victor to walk the catwalk, and then you can drop the light fixture on him. So there's a lot of good mission stories. And just, the level also has a good mix of sort of open space that you're sort of free to explore in your suit, and, you know, secure locations that you have to sneak into and use stealth or find the right disguise to get into. So it gives it, you know, a good mix of exploration, but also challenge if you need to use stealth. Here, I'm climbing around the outside of the building just because if I try to use the stairs, the guards there can see right through my disguise. So in order to get around them, I'm just climbing around the outside of the building. And I hop up, and now I'm on the top floor, where Dahlia is. And here I'm going to use the fireworks detonator to set off the fireworks early. This will, basically everyone will now stop to look at the fireworks, and both your targets will go outside somewhere where they can get a good view of the fireworks. If I'd realized that this opportunity was so easy, I wouldn't have bothered killing Victor. Normally, this opportunity lets you get a double kill, where if you wait until Dahlia stands by the ledge, and wait till Victor comes outside, you can push Dahlia off the ledge, and she falls on top of Victor, and you kill both targets. I didn't know I was going to do this at first when I started the mission, so that's why I went through all the trouble to poison Victor. But it turns out I didn't need to do that. So here, I'm just impatient. I don't know if she's going to go to the ledge. So instead of waiting for her to go to the ledge, I drop a coin, so we start them over there. Now, I'm going to lift finessing. I'm going to push her off.
Both targets are down. Great work. Now head towards an exit.
And there, we've taken out both targets. And here we see what I was telling you earlier, where if someone dies in an accident, which falling counts as an accident, it doesn't matter if the body's found. Like there, they found Dahlia's body, but it doesn't matter. I'm still going to get Silent Assassin for the mission. So now all that's left for me to do is to escape the level. Basically, I'm almost done with the mission, just need to escape. One last thing I want to say about this level is I feel like it does a good job. It actually establishes like a sort of common formula for a lot of Hitman levels, where you have one target, Victor, who is sort of out in public more. He is out where you can see him and you can get to him really easily. And the trick is, you know, either taking him out and getting away with it, or just isolating him so that you can take him out without being seen. And then you have another target who is in a more restricted area, who's harder to get to, and you need to, you know, find a way to get access to them. So, yeah, that's something they use in a lot of the levels. But yeah, so now I'm just retracing my steps to sort of kind of go back out the way I came, more or less. Here I'm going back to the front, and I was initially thinking I'd go out the front, I go up there and then I see that there are a couple of guards who can see through my disguise, so I decide to take a safer exit to leave the mission. But yeah, I get to about here and then I say, oh, yeah, those guys can see through my disguise. So let's take a different route.
Yeah, that's what I like to see.
So yeah, now I'm going down into the basement. There is a set of stairs in the basement that you can use to exit, presumably into the sewers. But it lets you leave the mission. So now I'm just finding my way back to that and making sure no one spots me. And there we go. That's it for Paris. That's Silent Assassin. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Goodbye.